All right, so this will be the second part of the first marking period exam review, and I've highlighted in magenta here the remaining problems, 13 through 17. They all have to do with subtraction, addition, multiplication, and division of fractions. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right here. First problem is 4/9 minus 1/12. What I would like you to do when you have to either subtract or add fractions, okay? This is, again, just whenever you add or subtract fractions, I want you to take the denominator of the first fraction, the number in there, and you're going to multiply both the top and the bottom of the other fraction by that number. So since 9 is at the bottom of the first fraction, you multiply the values in the second fraction both by 9. Then you're going to do the same thing in reverse to the first fraction. In other words, you're going to multiply all the values by 12 in that fraction. So here we would do multiplication of 12. So go ahead and do that. 4 times 12 is 48. And 9 times 12 is 108. Don't forget that minus symbol in your new problem. And then 1 times 9 is 9, and 12 times 9 is, again, 108. And you can see now that we have like denominators. This is what enables us to actually do our math now. Okay. So all we do is subtract the top, 48 minus 9, okay, which gives us 39. And on the bottom, we keep that 108. No math is done in the denominator when you're subtracting fractions. The next problem is 8/15 minus 1/5. Now, you might notice that 15ths is a multiple of 5. So you can actually take a shortcut here. You don't have to multiply that one by, you don't have to multiply the first fraction by 5. All you got to do is, since you can easily tell, and this is, again, if you can only easily tell one's a multiple, if you just multiply the second fraction by 3, you'll be able to get that like the denominator to work with. So keep the 8/15, so leave that alone. 1 times 3, 3. 5 times 3, 15. And now subtract 5/15. Okay, you might notice you can easily simplify as well, because 5 goes into 15, and so really the best answer would be to call it 1/3. Although 5/15 is technically correct, if you're asked to simplify, you have to say 1/3. Here we're subtracting again, and you can also see, once again, 12 is a multiple of 6 by 2. So you can just multiply by 2 over here. It's going to give you 10/12. Keep the second fraction, 5/12, and that's already simplified. Here, multiplication, you don't have to really alter the fraction. Just multiply across. 9 times 5, 45. 10 times 9 is 90. Okay, if you have to simplify this one, you might be able to easily see 45 is half of 90. And so therefore, really the best answer is 1/2. Although 45 over 90, the value is correct. If you're asked to simplify, you need to write 1/2. Here we have a whole number times a fraction. Okay, to help you get through this, just realize that 7 is the same as 7/1. And now you can just multiply across. So 7 times 2, 14. 1 times 7, 7. Simplify this. 14/7 is 2. And finally, here we have division. Okay, so once again, if you're dealing with fractions and you have a whole number, just change that whole number into a fraction. It was 8, and so that's 8/1. Now, with division, what we do is this is what you call keep, change, flip, right? Keep that first value the same. Change that division symbol into multiplication, and then you flip the divisor. That becomes 3/1. So ultimately what we have is just 8 times 3, 24. And that concludes the review for Marking Period 1 exam.